Okay, I don't know about this idea, but we're gonna find out. Put the rail outside in the snow. I threw a sandbag along the side because the rail likes to slide around in the snow on its own. And we're gonna see if we can manage this on a snow skate. All right, so snow skate and a rail. I'm gonna clearly be going for some board slides here. I think that's the thing that I'm best at and is the most straightforward. It didn't take a huge number of tries to get a few decent ones, and they were pretty fun. It just feels awkward to ollie up onto something on a snow skate. My ollies aren't very good on the snow skate. It feels really different than the skateboard, and it feels really different from a snowboard. But we got a couple that were pretty clean, and this one coming out to Fakie was nice. So after getting some of those, I went to flat ground and I got a couple of 360 shoves. I was really pleased that I was getting some good pop on these. The board was actually getting up in the air pretty well, especially for me. Then it was time for some shove-its, and I'm trying to do them rolling or sliding as well. So I got the regular, and then it didn't take 100 tries or anything to get the Fakie. So then I had to try and do another one, and I went to nollie, which I've never done before. This is a new trick for me. I had to go back to the road where it's a little flatter and the snow's a little harder, but finally got one nollie. Well, I didn't know this was going to be my mission today, but I started doing shove-its and then a Fakie shove. And then I was like, what if I can do a nollie shove? And finally got one of those. So now, of course, I'm going to be obsessed with, can I do all four? So now the switch shove. And this one was definitely the hardest. I don't do a lot of switch things on a skateboard. Switch shove felt really awkward, and the snow wasn't cooperating either. It was getting kind of soft and squishy, and it was unpredictable, and I was getting a little bit frustrated, but I was determined to get one. Got a couple sloppy ones, but I wanted one that was clean so that I knew I really got it. And even though this one doesn't have any pop to it, it was my first switch shove, and I was so relieved to finally do it. Then the next day it was time to see if I could do a front board going backwards on the rail. And I thought this would go pretty well because I feel like spinning backside on the snow skate is easier for me than spinning frontside. But it was so much harder than I expected to try to get on the rail in balance without slipping out. I fell many, many times, and this one just was kind of funny to me. I just kind of kept rolling out of it to not hurt myself. But after all that work, I did end up getting what I would consider two halfway decent front boards. And after that, I wanted to try like a 50-50 kind of a thing. I moved the rail to a different spot to get some different snow and was just working on trying to pop this board and get up on the rail. And this took so many tries. I didn't think it would be that hard, but it really was. And I come at it at an angle, which I prefer, and usually I can kind of kick the board around and get into a 50-50 on a skateboard, on a ledge, but this was completely different. It did not feel remotely the same. And in the end, I never actually ended up getting a 50-50. But I did have one good success. It was this one, which isn't really a 50-50. I think it's a little bit closer to a front feeble, which is something I've never even done on a skateboard, so I don't know. It was good. I got to roll away from it and felt pretty good. So, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.